Hello there. I'm telling stories about life in other countries as experienced by my wife Darlene and myself to encourage you to think about possibly going to other countries and enjoying your own experiences there. So I've got another story for today, and it takes place in the Philippines. It's about 9 o'clock at night, and the phone in our house rings. And it's one of the members of the church. And they say to me, "Pastor, our baby is really very sick. Could you come over, even though it's 9 o'clock at night?" Of course I can come over. I'll be there as soon as I can. Well, I had two people that I had to take with me besides Darlene. One was an elder of the church who was a very experienced older man with a lot of love for people and a good skill in the Tagalog language of Manila. And the other person was Mama Natividad. Mama was the mother of the congregation, as you might guess. I picked them up, and the four of us went to the house of the child. When we arrived, we found the baby there, looking very weak, and the family looking very worried. Mama took over. She put the baby on a blanket and fixed its little head just right and gave some rice water and a little cloth so that the baby could suck some nourishment. She had everything fixed so that that baby could live. Mr. Eugenio, the elder, and I read appropriate pieces from the Bible and prayed with the family. But about midnight, the Lord in His mercy called the end to this one, and the baby died. When it was clear that the baby was dead, I prepared a prayer, and I was about to speak it when the grandfather of the child suddenly spoke up very loudly. "I told them to kill that dog, and they didn't do it. Damn!" I was shocked. I couldn't speak. I didn't understand what he had said about the dog. But I did get a prayer out. Somehow. Somewhat of a prayer. And later, when things calmed down a little bit, I turned to the elder, Mr. Eugenio. "What was that about the dog? What was going on there?" And he, speaking very quietly and softly, said to me, "Pastor, the grandfather has a dog, and he wanted someone to kill it so that the dog would die in exchange for the baby being allowed to live. They failed to kill the dog. In his eyes, that caused the death of the baby." "Okay, I'm glad you came." This is another example of how much learning I had to do in the Philippines, and how graciously the Filipino people handled my education. They were happy to help. Neither Mama nor Mr. Eugenio was paid. They were simply volunteers who, out of love, went with me to help a family that was struggling with the death of a baby. I learned. They taught. And what a privilege we experienced as people in the Philippines invited us into their homes and into their lives. We saw the life beyond what a tourist sees. We saw real life, real struggle, life and death struggle. What a privilege, what a trust they placed in us to enable us to do that. This story isn't really finished yet. There's another part to it. But that's going to be for another session, and I invite you to come back. Let's talk again. And if you wish, please contact me with questions or comments or discussion. My email will appear, and look forward to talking to you some more.